Time for our main exercises. We're going to start out in a seated position, so use a chair or a couch, and then I want you to grab something that you can put between your knees to squeeze. So I'm using it's a Pilates ball, but if you have a pillow or a yoga block, that'll work just as well. So I want you to start with your feet hip distance apart, sitting on the chair. Put the ball between your knees, and I want you to squeeze it, and then we're going to squeeze and stand up, and then squeeze and sit down. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're actively engaging our adductor muscles to support our hips as we stand, okay? And this is in turn going to utilize more muscles and train our body to be more stable. Okay, so let's squeeze that ball, stand up, squeeze as we sit down. And you can use your arms for balance. I like to put my hands in and out as I stand up and sit down. But let's squeeze and stand, squeeze and sit. We're lowering our body nice and slow with controlled. Make sure your feet are firmly on the ground. Your big toe is gripping the ground. We don't want to lean to the outside or lean to the inside. We want our pinky on the ground too. Push from your heels. Give me 2 more. 2. Good job. Set that down. Now we're going to go into a stagger stance toe touch. So you're going to go 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back. You're going to line your feet up with your hips, and then we're going to reach our booty back and bend over and try to touch your toe with the opposite hand. Okay, so from the side, it looks like this. We're going to just reach and stand. So you push your hips back, drive your hips forward. Your back stays flat, okay? So we're going to do 10 on each side. I'm going to stand sideways like this for the first one so you can watch what my hips are doing. It's very important that your hips go back, okay? Ready, and let's go. So push back, stand up. Eyes are looking down at the ground. We're on our toe on that back foot. You should feel your hamstring on the front leg that you're standing on and reaching towards. Hips go back. Reach and stand. Inhale and exhale. What we're doing right now is we're activating our hamstring muscles and our glute muscles, okay? Putting ourselves in this staggered stance throws a balance element into it. Now we're going to switch sides, opposite foot forward, kickstand that back foot onto your toes. Hips stay straight, feet are in line with your hips, and push your hips back, drive them forward. Back stays straight, push back, stand up. We're doing 10 on this side. You should feel the stretch in your hamstring on that front leg. Inhale, exhale. Grab the ground with your big toe, your pinky, and your heel on that front foot. That's going to help with the balance. If you feel like your foot is wiggling, activate those toes. Make them work. Last 2, 9, and 10. Good. Now we're going to hold on to the back of our chair. We're going to do some leg swings, not just swinging your leg around freely. We're going to do it very controlled. So I'm going to stand here, And then I'm going to kick forward and kick back. So forward to back. Hold the chair for balance. Up and back. And I want you to point your toes to the sky when you kick up. Shoulders stay nice and tall. Activate your core, abs on tight. That's going to help with balance. If you want to challenge yourself and let go of that chair, feel free to do so. Here we go. Here's 9 and 10. Switch sides. I'm going to switch my chair to right here. Make sure you're not going to kick your chair. And toes forward. And here we go. Up and back. Try not to let your body lean as you lift your leg. Up and back. Up and back. Good job. Nice and tall. As high as you can get that leg, okay? Balancing on the other leg. Working our quads, our hip flexors, and our glutes. Last 2. And 2. Good. Now we're going to go back to the sit to stand with that ball squeeze, okay? So set your chair up. Grab your ball. Start in a seated position. Make sure that your chair is in a spot where it's not going to slide back when you sit on it, okay? Ball between your knees or your pillow or whatever object you're using. Set those feet up hip distance apart. And here we go. Squeeze the ball. Activate the adductors. Stand up and sit down. Up and down. Squeeze and squeeze, right? Squeeze at the bottom, squeeze at the top. Use those arms for balance. Good job. Here's 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Now we'll go into our staggered stance toe touch. So I'm going to slide my chair out of the way. We're going to do 1 foot in front, kickstand that back foot. Make sure we are using our big toes, our pinky, and our heel for balance. And we're going to push our hips back and reach for your toe and stand up. You should feel this right here in your hamstring and your glutes. Stay nice and tall. Hips go back, drive them forward. Back is flat. We're doing 10 on each side. Good. Here's inhale and exhale. Don't forget to breathe. Grab the ground with your pinky toe, your big toe, and your heel. Here's 9 and 10. Good job. Switch sides. Kickstand that back foot. On your toes on the back foot, on your whole foot, on that front foot, okay? Hips face forward, shoulders nice and tall, back flat. Push your hips back, reach, and drive the hips forward. Reach and drive the hips. Feel your hamstrings working right here, okay? Right here, where your hamstrings and your glutes are, that's where you want to feel this. It's important to work our hamstrings and our glutes, support our hips and our lower back. Inhale, exhale. Don't forget to breathe. 8 and 9, 10. Good. Time for those leg swings. So position your chair. So you can hold on to it for safety. Hold on to it and let it go, right? Like if you want to challenge yourself to see if you can do this without holding on to anything, that's fantastic. But remember, these are controlled leg swings. We're not just like letting our leg flop around. Okay, so we're actively holding our body tight, so we use our core to help us stay nice and tall. Okay, so here we go. Hold on to your chair and lift and kick. Lift, kick. So we have quads and hip flexors and then glutes as we kick it back. We're doing 10 on each side. Shoulders stay tall. You can put your opposite arm out for balance if you want. Toes up to the sky as we bring that leg up. Try not to lean. Here's 9 and 10. Nice work. Switch sides. Spin my chair around here. And standing nice and tall. Here we go. Lift and kick it back. Lift and kick. It's a controlled movement. Don't let those legs just swing. We're lifting, we're squeezing our glutes, okay? It's okay if your leg isn't coming up as high as mine. Keep your shoulders tall. Keep your core engaged, okay? Pull your belly button to your spine. We're using our whole foot on the foot that we're standing on. We're using those toes to grip the ground. Here's 9 and 10. Excellent. We'll go back to our sit to stand with the ball squeeze. So I'll set my chair up here. Grab the ball. This is our last time through these exercises. Okay. Set that ball up between your knees. Feet in a good position. And here we go. We're going to squeeze and stand, squeeze and sit. Stand and sit. We're sitting down nice and softly, so we're controlling the landing, okay? Pretend like you're sitting on eggs and you don't want to break the eggshells, okay? So it's a nice, soft landing as we control our body to lower it back down onto the chair. Don't forget to squeeze and squeeze. Squeeze on the way up, squeeze on the way down. Here's 9 and 10. Nice work. Set that aside. Get ready for our stagger stance toe touches. So 1 foot in front, 1 foot in back. On your toe on that back foot, right? It's like a kickstand. And then we're going to reach with our opposite hand by pushing those hips back 10 times. Ready, go. Reach and up. Push your hips back. Back stays flat. Don't round your back to reach for your toes. It's okay if you don't go as low as your toes. You probably notice I'm not going down all the way to my toes. I'm going down as far as I can while I still feel my hamstring, okay? Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Here's 9 and 10. Switch sides. Switch your feet. Get them set up. Hips stay forward. Shoulders nice and tall. And go for this last round. Pushing the hips back. Feeling your hamstring work right here. Go as slow as you feel comfortable. We want to We don't want to rush this movement because we want to really focus on using our hamstring and our glutes. Okay, so it's okay to go nice and slow on this exercise. Reach, squeeze. Feel it right here in your hamstrings. There's 9 and 10. Good. Okay. Now we're ready for our last set of leg swings. Holding on to that chair for balance. We're staying nice and tall. Leg that we're standing on, make sure you're never locking your knee out. Always keep a soft bend in your stance legs. Okay, we don't want to lock our joints. We want to keep a soft bend so that our muscles are actively engaged. Okay, so here we go, and kick, squeeze, kick it forward, kick it back, lift and lift. Quads, glutes, shoulders tall, hand out to the side for balance, pulling your belly button to your spine so that your core stays engaged. There's 9 and 10. Good. Switch sides. And get your feet set up. Nice and tall, abs on tight. And here we go. Lift and kick. Lift and kick. Good job. Breathe. Balancing on that stance leg. Gripping the ground with our toes. Staying nice and tall. There's 8 and 9 and 10. Woo! Our next set of exercises, we're going to be using just our body weight. We also are going to be using a chair to help us balance for some calf raises and some stepping over the fence movement. So still keep your chair for balance nearby. But first, we're going to start with some low stance. I call them monster walks. You're going to put your feet even with your hips, and we're going to bend our knees slightly so we're in an athletic stance. What we're going to do is we're going to step out and then step back in. So we're shifting our weight and then coming back to center. Okay, so we want to stay low the whole time. Our shoulders stay tall, and we're just practicing stepping out with control and coming back in. Make sure your toes are pointed forward. Your step does not have to be big, but I do want you to come back to feet in line with your hips. Don't go more narrow than that. Okay, we want stability here. Okay, so we're going to do 10 on each side. I want you to ready and bend your knees, get low, and now we're going to step out and come back. Out and back. Good. Out and back. Staying tall with the shoulders. Okay. We're just controlling the movement. The rest of our body, you notice, is staying perfectly still. I'm not leaning or anything. Toes point forward. Keep that bend in your knees. Shifting our foot with control. Doesn't have to be a big step. Here's 9, 9, and 10, 10. Good. Now, you can use a chair if you'd like, or you can stand freely with your hands on your hips. We're going to lift our toes off the ground, and then we're going to come up to our toes for a calf raise. Okay, so from the side, it'll look like this. you rock back on your heels and then come up to your toes nice and tall, okay? So lift the toes and then up onto your toes, okay? So we're gonna do that 10 times. I want you to concentrate on using all of your toes when you come up to your toes. Really try to use all of them. Don't roll to the outside of your feet or the inside, okay? Try to use all of those toes on your feet. Okay, here we go. Lift and up. Good. Lift, up. Everything stays nice and tight with the rest of your body. Pulling your belly button to your spine. We're always bringing that core in tight. Lift and up. Pressing through all of our toes. This is one that is going to be most beneficial if you're doing it barefoot, but it's okay if you're in your shoes. Just be mindful of your toe position. Sometimes our shoes will protect our toes and do some of the work for us. Here's 9 and 10. Nice. You should feel like you got a little workout in your calves and your feet. That's great stuff. Okay, now we're going to do a single leg movement. We're going to go bring our knee up and out and then up and in. Use a chair nearby for balance if you need it, okay? Or hands out to the side, whatever feels comfortable. What we're going to be doing here is we're rotating around the stance leg. So you are letting the rest of your body move, but the leg that you're standing on, your toes are pointing forward, okay? So we're just rotating around the hip, okay? So it's like you're stepping up and over a fence. All right, we're gonna do 8 on each side, okay? Ready, and lift and out, and lift and in. Good. Up and up. Rotate around that leg that you're standing on. Up and over, up and in. Knee comes up as high as you feel comfortable. Could be a low fence that you're stepping over. Here's 6 and 7. Last one, then we'll switch legs. 8. Good. So we're building stability on the stance leg, and then we're getting a workout in our hip flexors and our quads on the leg that's moving up and over, okay? So here we go. Got to do the other side now. Ready, and up and out, up and in. Good. Up and over that fence. Our body rotates around that stance leg. Up and grabbing the ground with our toes for balance. Arms out to the side or hold on to your chair. We want to stay nice and tall. It's a controlled movement. Jump here. 7. Last one. 8. Good. Okay. Now we're going to go back to those monster walks. Okay. So we're going to get in our stance with our feet hip distance apart. We're going to bend our knees, stay nice and tall, and step out and in. Keep the bend in your knees so we're nice and low. We're doing 10 on each side. Our body is staying centered. It's okay if you're not taking a very big step. As long as there's some lateral movement with that foot, that's excellent. If you feel off balance, feel free to hold onto your chair. Or come back to hip distance apart. for stability. Good job. Almost there. Step, toes are pointing forward. Last one's right here. 1 and 1. Ooh, good. You should feel like your quads got a little bit of a workout there. And then we're just doing lateral movement for those hips. All right, time for our heel to toe calf raises. So holding on to the chair so you can stay nice and tall, or hands on your hips. I'm going to hold on to the chair because I feel like I can get a better stretch. So I'm going to lift my toes off the ground, point them to the sky, and then roll forward onto my toes and get a nice tall calf raise. Using all your toes, spreading them out onto the floor and pushing your body up using all of them. It's good for our feet, our calves. And then we're holding our abs in tight. So we're not leaning over. Our core is engaged. We're breathing nice and calm. Here we go. Here's 8, 9, and 10. Good. Shake it out. And then we'll do our up and over the fence drill. Remember, it's okay if you have a very low fence. You don't have to bring your knee up as high as I'm bringing mine up, but we are focusing on rotating that body, okay? So here we go. And we're standing nice and tall, and we're going to go up and over and back and over. We're doing 8 on each side. Arms out to the side for balance. Bringing that knee up. Breathing nice and calm. Last one right here. And back. Good. Now, switch sides. Remember, option to have your chair right here to help stabilize your body. And let's go on the other side for 8. Up and over. Good. Pick that knee up and controlling putting that foot down. Almost there. One more. And 8. Good. Okay, now we just have one more time through all 3 of those exercises, okay? So starting with our monster walks. We're going to switch it up this time, and we're actually going to step to the side with both legs. So it'll go like this. We'll go step together, okay? So we're going to be moving back and forth instead of just staying still. You're going to still apply the same concepts. You're going to hold your body nice and tight, and you're going to control your steps side to side, staying low with those legs, okay? We're doing 10 to each side. It doesn't have to be a big step. Here we go. Lower and out and together. Just back and forth. Good. Toes point forward. Don't let them point to the side. Stay low. Shoulders tall. Pull your belly button to your spine so our abs are nice and tight. Good. Last one's right here. Good. That wasn't too bad. Shake it out. And we're going to go right into our heel to toe calf raises. using our chair. Feet in line with your hips. And here we go. Rock back, lift those toes. Come up onto your toes. Giant calf raise. Get nice and tall on this one. Make these your best calf raises. Use all your toes. Reach and push. Lift. Push. Lift those toes off the ground. Rock back to your heels. And then go all the way through. Spread your toes so you can use all of them. Abs on tight. Nice and tall. Here we go. Last ones. Here's 3 and 2 and 1. Good. All right. One more exercise and then you've done it. Okay. Stepping over that fence. Ready? And let's go. Up and over, over and down. We're doing 8. Let your body rotate around that stance leg. Nice and controlled, lifting the knee. Abs are tight. Pull that belly button to your spine. Squeeze your obliques. Arms out for balance. And last one right here. Good. Shake it out. Now let's do the other side. Here we go. Arms out. Up and over. Over and down. Use your toes to hold your body in place on that stance foot. Rotating around the leg that we're standing on. Staying nice and tall, controlling our leg that's going up and down. We don't want it to flop around. It's a controlled movement. One more. Whoa. All right. Right now, what we're going to do is some static balancing drills. So that means that we are just going to hold still in a position for a designated amount of time. We're going to be balancing on one leg. We're going to do single leg movements, and then we're going to do both legs at the same time in a staggered stance. So if you would like, I would recommend having a chair or something to hold on to in case you lose your balance. But the idea here is to just be able to hold the position we're going to do 45 seconds right now. It's okay if you don't make it the whole time and you need to like come down and reset. That's totally fine. But we're just going to try it, okay? So have something to hold on to for safety if you'd like. And then right now we are just going to stand with one knee up. So the goal here is we want to get our knee as high as our hip. And we're just going to stand there like that, okay? So you can do hands out to the side. You could do hands on your waist, holding on to something, whatever feels comfortable for you, okay? I'm going to use my watch as a timer. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do right leg up for 45 seconds, and we're just going to hold it. Ready, and let's go. Get set. All right. So I'm going to do hands out to the side. And right now, what you're noticing is that the leg you're standing on is wiggling. Your feet, your ankle, everything's wiggling. And I want you to fight the wiggles, okay? Fight the wiggles to stay nice and tall. Use your toes to grip the ground, okay? Keeping this leg up. It's okay if you're not as high as I am. As long as you have that one leg up and off the ground, that's fantastic. It also helps if you're looking at something and not like looking around with your eyes. That'll help with your balance. 3, 2, 1. All right, shake it out. That was 45 seconds. So now we're going to do the other side. In any case, if you feel like you're going to lose your balance, the best thing to do is to just take a step, okay? Don't try to stick it out. Just let your body step into it, okay? That's going to be your best way. In any case, when you feel like you're losing your balance, just take a step. Here we go. Got to do the other leg. Ready and go. Left leg up. I'm doing arms out to the side. I can feel my stance foot wiggling, and I'm using all my toes to grip the ground. Holding my belly button to my spine helps stabilize the upper body. Okay, so that's going to activate our deep core muscles so that we're controlled from the top by stabilizing our core, and then we're using our feet to work from the bottom up. So there's a couple things happening here to help hold this position. We're almost there. And feel my leg getting tired. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Shake it out. All right. The next one we're going to do is we're going to stand with our feet in line with one another. So we're going to go like this, heel to toe. Okay? So your toe of your back foot is touching your heels. And we're going to stay in line. And then we're going to put our hands across our shoulders, crisscross like this. And we're just going to stand there, okay? I'm going to set up with my left foot in front first, right foot in the back, toes are pointed forward. We're going to hold it for 45 seconds. Ready, go. So hands crisscross across your chest, elbows up. I have weight distributing in both feet, not just the back foot and not just the front foot, okay? So both legs are working right here. You can feel that both feet are wiggling. Fight the wiggles, okay? Use those toes. Use the little muscles in your ankles. Abs on tight. Pull them in. We're almost there. Staying tall. Controlling our breathing. Fight the wiggles. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Shake it out. Now we're going to do the other side. Here we go. Right foot in front, left foot in back. I'm going to go 45 seconds on the clock, hands across our chest, and we're nice and tall, evenly distributing the weight in my feet. And feel the wiggles, but I'm fighting the wiggles, grabbing the ground with my toes. Keep a soft bend in your knees. Don't lock anything out. Pull those abs in tight. Ooh, almost lost it there. Here we go. Breathe. Stay calm. Stay still. Stay focused. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Good. Okay. The last one we're going to do is we're going to just hold a big step. Okay? A static lunge position, basically. So a big long step. I want your feet in line with your hips or a little wider if that is comfortable for you, okay? So we're just gonna have our toes pointed forward. We're gonna put our hands on our hips, okay? So we're gonna hold that. Let's go left leg in front, right leg in back. Make it a big step, okay? And here we go, hold. Our shoulders stay nice and tall. We're pushing our back heel into the ground, using our front foot with those toes Pulling your belly button to your spine, staying nice and tall with those shoulders. I have my eyes facing forward. If you're looking around with your head, you might lose your balance. So stay nice and still. Almost like a nice long stretch for your calf muscles. We're just holding. Sometimes taking big steps will throw off your balance. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Release. Shake it out. All right, now we got to do the other side. I'm going to go like this. Big step. Oops, that's the same leg. Okay, big step. Make sure you switch legs. And let's go. Hands on our hips. Nice and tall. Our toes are pointed forward. Our feet are flat on the ground. If you find that taking a big step is hard for your back foot to keep your heel on the ground, it's okay if you come up to your toe. I'm trying to keep my heel on the ground so I also get a calf stretch out of this. We're holding this nice big giant step. Our body is finding stillness, squeezing our obliques. Staying nice and tight. And 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Okay, one more round, and we're going to take it from the top with holding that leg up in front of us, okay? I think we can do it. This time I'm going to put my hands on my hips when I lift my leg. Ready and go. Knee comes up, hands on hips, and we're just staying tall. Fight the wiggles with your feet, right? This is probably the most challenging one out of the 3. I can feel my ankle wiggling, but I'm using my toes to stabilize, okay? My body wants to lean, I hold my abs tight, okay? So you're always making little corrections as you feel yourself starting to lose the position. Little corrections. Remember, if you feel like you're gonna fall, just step down. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Shake it out. Now we got to do the other side. Okay, same thing. I'm going to put my hands on my hips since I did that last time. Ready? And let's go. Leg up. Oh, no. There we go. Leg didn't want to cooperate right away. Here we go. I can feel my body leaning this time. So I really have to focus on using my toes on my right leg that's holding myself up. My foot wants to lean to the outside. So I'm gripping the ground with my big toe. I'm holding my abs tight, squeezing my glute. Staying focused, staying calm. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and come down. Ooh, that leg was a struggle. Okay, shake it out. Now we'll do our heel to toe stance. So I'm going to go left foot in front, right foot in the back. Hands are going to go crisscross across our chest. And let's hold it nice and tall. Staying balanced. When you put your feet in line with one another like this, it changes your center of gravity. So it's more narrow. So we want to be able to adjust and let those ankles do some work. Remember, if you feel like you're going to fall to the side, just step out of it. We're evenly distributing our weight on both feet. 3, 2, 1. Good job. That wasn't so bad. Now we got to do the other side. Okay, right foot in front this time, left foot behind. And go, hands across your chest. Remember, don't lock your knees out. Keep a soft bend. Evenly distribute your weight on both feet. Nice and tall. Pull your belly button to your spine. Squeeze those obliques. That stabilizes our upper body. Fight the wiggles. If you feel your ankles start to wiggle, you push back down the opposite way, right? Use those toes. Building ankle stability right here. There we go. We're almost there. Hold it tight. Breathing nice and calmly. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now time for that last large stance. Okay? So big step. And feet are in line with your hips. Toes are pointed forward. And here we go. Hands on your hips. And we're nice and tall. We're just holding this. Our eyes are forward. We have a neutral spine. Feeling the stretch in your calves, maybe in the back, on that back leg. But we're using all of our toes to help stabilize our body. Remember, grab the ground with your big toe, your pinky, and your heel. Those are your 3 points of contact. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Good. Now we got to do the other side. So nice big step. And let's go. There we go. We're nice and tall. We're just holding. You feel your feet start to wiggle. Use those toes. Pull your abs in. Always. I know I say it a lot, but we always got to activate our core. That's going to help with everything, with our balance, with our posture, with our six-pack. Almost there. Nice and still. 3, 2, 1. All right, you did it.